Hey guys, how we doing? I'm just gonna wait for just a couple of seconds just to get everybody in here. I'm pretty sure that they're scrolling in. I scheduled this one, so let's just see how this rides. I got myself, a couple bottles of water. I got myself a candle lit. All that. Ravel was happening. Let's just wait for the crowd. That's from Alice. Let's see. And please, guys, do as much as you can. No dirty jokes in the comments, please, because I don't need to get any more flack or anything like that, especially since I just got this opportunity back. Alice, if you didn't know, is an apprentice of mine from Texas. Yes, a lot of people seem to be from Texas. Juan's from Texas, you name it. Who else we got in here? Matthias, how we doing, man? It's good to be back doing these. It really is. I know there's a lot of people joining in, so if you just want to comment saying you're here, just gonna give it another minute or so, and then I'll just keep going from there. What's happening? There's Alice right there. All right, let's see. All right, it's 8 o'clock. What's happening, Tina? Well, first and foremost, guys, it's been quite a while since I've done one of these, and just to give everybody an update on what was going on. Um, I think the day or two before New Year's Eve, I remember getting this sharp pain. I couldn't sit down, and I think it was one of those days where I woke up in pain, like literally like wailing in pain. And I ended up getting myself to the emergency room, and sure enough, they made like an incision about that long, and I thought I was gonna need stitches and everything, but literally just cut me open, blood everywhere. Got these medications, and turns out I actually had a staph infection that they caught just in time, where it wasn't too lethal, which thank God for that. And then, sure enough, when I'm done with the medication with that, it's like real feel 0 degrees. I turn the corner, then bah, I get hit right in the face. Sure enough, concussion. So that was freaking great. So as soon as I get done with the staph infection, I got a minor concussion. And for those who have never had one, I had scary experiences driving. I couldn't remember certain things. I had no balance of gravity like I usually do. And there was actually times where I'd be here at my desk writing, and I felt like this haze. Like, imagine your thought process. You literally see this fog clouding your mind. Not my vision, just I couldn't think straight. But after a couple of weeks, just trying to be good, stay healthy, and everything else, been doing well. The good thing is about writing is, doesn't matter if you're injured or not. You can still sit at your desk, or sometimes I'll be on my phone in my bed, just chillaxing, and that'll be about it. Yeah, let's see what we got here. So, guys, if you got any questions, shoot for it. If not, I'll just shoot off of what I got here. I just took a couple of notes, whatever. Got a couple of questions right here. Let's see. What inspired the purple hat? Well, ironically, I'm wearing it right now. Um, the purple hat, the color purple, which I kind of, this is actually just like a cheap hat online, thankfully. But I tried to get my hairdresser at the time, which both of them are hard to get a hold on to because their salons don't do coloring. They only do it on the side, and that's when they have time. But I was originally gonna do the back of the hair. I was gonna go back to back months, pink for breast cancer and purple for pancreatic cancer. So the purple represents the pancreatic cancer, and the other hat for breast cancer is this guy right here for when I couldn't get my hair dyed. Honestly, Raffle, I'm not naming any babies. I've named a lot of OC children. I'm not naming babies. Not today. Ouch. Uh, yeah, I got some bats over there in the corner, and I wouldn't want to get hit with them. Bamboo, composite, ashwood. I don't care. I'm not trying to get hit in the head with a bat. Let's see. Anything we got here? All right, this is a hard one. And she knows because she asked me this not too long ago. What truly inspires you to write? Well, to be quite honest, this is a very hard question, and this is not just a regular black and white question. This right here is a very loaded question. At first, it was the what ifs. Take an anime. Take a girl that deserved better or deserved a true lover. Reason number one. Number two, the community. And the community could be just stretched in a whole different bunch of categories. I mean, this just went to a couple of what ifs to, hey, someone who regularly reads every single one of your works and has a couple of favorites and we debate, and someone who wants, help and advice, to someone who's thinks that they're better in themselves just by being inspired. Really, it's just the people in the community that keep this going. And even this, working. Well, there's a time where I was doing two jobs and, probably like 60 hours a week, and I was still doing this, which I don't anymore, thank God, but it's something I just go about every day and brings a smile. More than that, this is my life. And sometimes I'm, writing a chapter on the road, sometimes I'm here at my desk, sometimes I'm in bed. Like a Ravel chapter I published today, I want to say 80% of that chapter was written in the work truck when I was eating lunch. Honest to God. And I actually think it turned out great. Let's see. Where'd I get the shirt? Let's see. I actually think I got this at Hot Topic. Some people actually know what this is. Twist is probably, where's the lamb sauce? Well, Ramsey wasn't typically pleased. Ah, you know, Iggy is probably taking a very hard slumber, but, you know, probably does. Twist, please give our favorite Irishman a good smack. That'd be great. Let's see. What's going on with the Make a Wish story? Well, if I haven't said the whole thing before, I'm not sure how much I would want to go into it, but I'm just going to say this. I wanted for the longest time to, I wasn't sure if there should be an actual Make a Wish thing. I submitted something to Make a Wish, and they're just kind of like, okay. So I just kind of put this matter in my own hands. It actually happened a lot quicker than I thought it would be, let me tell you. So Sophie from Germany, who follows my Wattpad account, we've talked a couple of times, just debated a couple of things. Like we've talked about like life in Germany versus life in America. Well, at least on my end of Connecticut and New York, since I go to both places every day. And it was just kind of like the real big differences. Let's see. All right, you two play nice. Tina, go for the girls on Panzer story. E. Keep PG, guys. Please, no violence. But, anyways, about Malia. So, Sophie hit me up and said she is or I'm not sure if she still is or not, a Make a Wish child. Her wish was granted at 6 years old, and she's 14 now. And last year she almost died because of her condition. And this is a condition she will never outgrow. So she kind of let her know that I was going to message her just to get rid of that awkward whatever it is in the air, which is kind of nice on my part. Instead of like, hello, stranger, I've heard your story, and it's a little uncomfortable, right? So what I ended up doing is she's just kind of like, wait, so you're just doing this for the good or good? And I'm like, yeah, because that's just what I do. And she's just like, oh, Jesus, but where do we go from here? And I'm like, tell me what you want. Now, this is what is going to get everybody. Now, you guys know what I write. So I needed something that was Yuri. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I need a yandere. Okay. And I need the other girl outside the OC, to have two personalities. And I'm like, okay. So I got half crazy, yandere, and Yurification. And yes, the cat girl Roxy was, smoking hot, which you kind of know how that goes. So what I've been doing is I've been trying to message her every single thing I can just to make sure that we're on the right page. I'm just kind of it's nice writing these little chapter segments of about 1,000 words a piece or so. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to do this in the best of her interest. And right before I hit publish, I email the rough draft. I say, go through everything carefully and tell me how it is, if there's something we want to change. And so far, she goes, okay, I approve, and click, hit publish, and that's it. So, I got my work cut out for me so far. I'm going to eventually fall back down to earth. And this is going to be hard. I already sense it, particularly because of the story plot going on. And if you wonder who Azure is, somebody already asked me about it. Yeah, Azure's myself, except I act a little more. Well, I act like more sarcastic, like I do, like I'm at work or something. Which I kind of can be, like. Speaking of sarcasm, today's segment is sponsored by Connecticut Tap Water. Because, simply put it, try trademarking that, biatch. I'm messing with people. I'm just in a very great mood. I have been all week. And let me tell you something. Ever since I've been starting this Make a Wish story, as I call it, you feel a lot better about yourself. Now, let's see. I'm going to log on to this right here. Wow, this is too similar. Though, if you actually want to know, I actually do have most of my. This is supposed to be all my notes when I do write them down. Eventually, they would be like on envelopes and they'd be scattered in like a little pile. But instead, I decided to go to Staples one day and, yeah. And let's see. Just on the notes that I got from her so far, this is just one page of notes for the. No shit. I'm in Danbury, Connecticut, so I'm right on the border of New York. What town? Tina, if you're driving a tank, I need to pray first. Here's something. Here's actually something for the people that love Rios. So, this is actually notes of when I was doing the girls to date Milikis. Oh shit. We got me up sometime, Kira. But yes, I had to take notes just simply because, let's see. Well, a desert affect her? She is fire. But you two behave. Play nice. But the first two girls were Yami and Harmony, and then it just kind of went to the back burner. And then it's just kind of like, okay, we need a couple more broads to, possibly date this guy. And sure enough, Yami, the innocent one, turns into insert sexual saxophone noises. Yeah, turns out to be a homewrecker. No, Revel, I don't. Not me. Retract from the Eurification. Well, at least at the moment. Or at least so if you do. Wash your hands. And yes, I have a few in my room. Tina, I haven't bought it yet. Let's see. Huh. Wow. It's a good thing I take these notes because I was looking at something interesting of what's going on. And sure enough, I actually put the mother of the person in the Coco story. And there was like a time for like a week where I was actually not just a week, like a couple of chapters. I'm like, what's his mother's name again? And sure enough, I wrote it down. Yeah, there's like so much to go through here. I'm just gonna stop while I'm ahead. Anyone got any more questions? Because I could go for a while. Abs is a pain in my ass, and you know that. You definitely know that one. Let's see. Yeah. It's actually funny because I keep picking up these projects and thinking that they're going to be some small time game, but then next thing you know, everything else gets pushed back, and I think I'm behind. It went from Devil's Sky to, Rainair. Yeah. Well, newsflash, Tina, you owe Alice some cake. And that better be a thick slice of cake. Well, Matthias, I would love some old-fashioned home record music, except I don't own or play the saxophone. If somebody could, though, that'd be great. Maybe we'd be able to work something out. You know what? Damn it. I'll tell you what. After this is over, I'll sell for a muffin because I know I got one in the fridge. Because, damn it, this cake conversation's going too far. And yes, there has been times where, plenty of times actually, I have written about cake and I've actually put in the notes, damn it, now I want cake, I played myself. And some people have said too, AJ, you played yourself. See, everyone wants cake. Yeah, everyone want cake because we want cake. Let everybody eat friggin' cake. Ice cream cake. Ah. Although I don't think ice cream on top of a muffin would be good. Tina, I don't even remember the last time you baked. Ravel, coffee of any kind, even if it's in cake form, yeah, try again. There we go, cake for everybody. Though if I actually did have cake, I'd actually wait for this is over to actually grab a piece because I wouldn't want to be that jerk. Ice cream in the middle of a muffin? I mean, if it's a fresh muffin, I get it, but still. No, no, no. Ravel. Ravel, you home wrecker. Don't even go there. Tina actually nails bacon. She's not Cecilia. Seriously, I'm not sure if I trust that woman boiling an egg for crying out loud. Stuck? Oh, come on, dude. That's not all bad. Hold on, let's see if I invite Omega. I gotta hear that story. Oh, let me just say that. Nice. Yeah. Though I will say this, speaking of which, speaking of cake, bake, and everything else, there's this one time, it was during the, what time was it? It wasn't that long ago. I want to say up September or October, one of the teachers at the preschool that I work at, because there's a daycare and preschool right next to me, one of the teachers decided to take a mug and put cake mix in it and stuff. It's, a cake mug or whatever, and she kept it in the microwave, and then next thing you know, the fire alarms go off, and I'm just kind of it was the end of the month, and I'm going to my boss, and I'm like, why didn't you tell me there's a fire drill, because we do one every month by requirement? And he goes, we didn't. And I'm like, what the hell do you mean then? And I'm like, something's burned in the preschool. And I'm like, damn it. So next thing you know, I got like my I got my bandana, so I got over my face just so I'm not breathing that crap in. And then what happens is we take the microwave and we just unplug it and we just take it outside. The fire department's there. We put some fans in, air out the place. The windows don't open, so that sucked. But yeah, somebody literally almost set the place on fire because of cake. Cake in a mug. Quite good, but you're only supposed to put that thing in for like at most 2 minutes? Come on. Yes, Omega, I am. Ooh. Still worth it. I'm not sure how bad that cake was, but let's just put it to you this way. I think that mug had to be tossed. As in, like, throw some cold water on it, let that overflow in the sink for a minute or two, and then just toss the mug. There is no saving that thing. It comes out like a tar brick. Nice, Tina, nice. Alright, easy people. No ripping each other's heads off. And Ravel, quit being a spitfire. I know it's hormones, but give me a break. Ah, well, I try to keep this a surprise, but since this is a select few people, I'll let everybody know now. what me and Omega have been trying to do for the longest time, he's actually quite the motivator, actually. He told me a while ago, and this is when I was just doing. This is when my big three was Rias, Akino, and Mizure. And what happened is he goes, "Please, you gotta do me a favor. This has gotta happen. You gotta bring me to Lolly City and do Ravel." And I said, "One day, one day." And sure enough, people love it. But now after this is the hardest series I think it is to write. But Data Live, he read my origami story just because I think she's truly a character that needs love and attention. First off, and second, a really good character to work around. So what I did is I did these. I went along with the storyline of Data Live because that was just my that was just kind of the way I wanted to do it, just to experiment, to get my feet wet, my hands dirty, whatever you want to call it. Hey, Tina, have a good time at work. Don't kill yourself. Do your thing. But, anyways, he had this idea of going with a Miku story. So, what happened was there's this arc where, because you know Miku's only into girls. So what happens is Reina calls Shido and the main character, it's Shiori and Suki, as backup names for their girl persona, if you want to call it that. So Suki goes out and goes, "Hey, how's it going? Hey, Suki, how you doing? I'm in bloomers. How you think I'm doing?" And they, and then next thing you know, Yoshino is like, going, "Oh my God, why are you guys dressed up as?" And everyone's just kind of like, guys, what's with the getup? And how'd you get nice legs? I'm very concerned on how you got nice legs." Which, come on, you don't just find a guy one day having, some nice, smooth as silk legs. So what he's got in mind, and we've played around this and we've had a whole discussion about this, is in this Miku story, we're still trying to figure out the angel, and we kind of figured out that this person has to be a spirit, but we're just kind of wondering what kind. This is still in the very early stages, but I think this is going to be a very loving semi-unification. And yes, I have done a love scene where the guy dressed up as a girl and the trap and the girl have had some affections. I'm really looking forward to it, and I think this could be not just a good love story, but another hilarious one at that. I'm all for it. So, Revel, how's the situation with Mikey? And don't make me get the frying pan. I will wake Igala from his nap, and he will not like it. Which, yes, by the way, Iggy is the name of the frying pan. Just goes well. You can't name him Eggy because, come on, what kind of name is Eggy? Koniko X Gasper, aka Nico Pyre. Um, I've actually gotten good feedback from it, as well as a lot of flack. But I think it does work well. Um, Pardon the background noise. It's just family coming in and such. So, like I said, ignore the banter. So, what I got going on is eventually, I'm hoping sometime in the next month or so, I'm releasing Love and Swing 2. And so, what we got is this is a spoiler, of course. We got the child of, actually, two of them technically, Zenobia and her husband. They got twins, of course. We got Tsubaki and Kiba. We got their son, and then we got Gasper and Koniko of their daughter. And it's gonna be they all have around the same birthday. And what's gonna happen is all four children are gonna be given swords by Kiba. And the way that there's going to be a Nico Pyre, Lolly with a sword, and just the quotes I got in mind for this because I've kind of thought about this gradually. Like I had like a thought like 2 years ago, and then I'm just like I gotta complete it first, and it's been a while. So one of the quotes I thought about was Issei comes in, right? And he's just like, "Hey, everyone, what's going on?" And then the daughter of Zenobia, Nebula, comes over and goes, "Hey, Uncle Issei, how goes the fornication?" He's like, "What?" "All right, indeed. Come on. How's the fornication?" Um, my wives are just fine, and the children, uh, also fine. uh, but yes, I've put a lot of this into perspective. Still trying to perfect it. And the one thing that's very important about every single sequel and every single crossover, which the crossover uh, the crossover of DXD and Heaven's Lost Property is my first crossover ever. But what I got going on here is figuring out plot. And that's the key to all of it. Plot. As in, hey, you can have these characters talking to each other, but why the hell are they there in the first place? For example, let's take Rosario and DXD, right? That's the number one crossover request I've gotten over the course of years. And I do mean years. Hold up, hold up. I'm actually going to put in some headphones simply because this conversation is getting a little hostile. Jeez. Talk about the curtain call. As you can imagine, the women are home, and Homewrecker's one of them screaming on the top of her lungs. And no, Abby's not home with the boy. Otherwise, um, you see that right there? Those are called baseball bats. I do use them, and it's a little magic something called target practice. Hey, just remember, on a Louisville Slugger, it says genuine, as in I will genuine kick the hell out of somebody. Cabiche, you understand me? And for those who've watched my videos, you get the segment. But sorry about the everything else. But really, what's going on is I'm talking about plot here. So why, if we take Rosario and we take DXD, right? Why would Rias and company go to the monster world? And usually when the, Skune and the Rosario girls, right? Yes, I did twist. I double checked. Double checking. We're good. But usually when they go into the human world, it's usually around like, Skune's house. They just go to the beach, go to the market, whatever. And just exactly why would they have to go to Kuo Academy? What are they trying to find? Is it somehow connected to Gasper? Besides that, I'm not sure about anything else. Maybe somehow connected to Koniko? It's really just hard to put plot into perspective. Now, I could see Rias going over to the monster world, but there would have to be also something connected. That's how the plot works. Ravel, I also don't see that working simply because I know Gasper's half. And the other thing that contradicts it is water doesn't affect him. All the details as a whole, I really don't know how it to go through per se. Um, it's really just been this ongoing process, and for real, it's just complicated. All it is. Anything anyone else got for me? If not, I guess I'll just go back to here. Let's see what we got. That actually sucks. The place was quiet. Let's see. Obviously, two. I haven't done a mob cosplay in a while. Although I'm pretty sure if you see me in a regular suit, you'll probably see the resemblance. Let's see. Oh my. There's a lot of people that give me these ideas that are absolutely absurd. And I'm glad that this has been in my system for a while and everything else, but apparently there's this thing about Donald Trump ex Bob the Builder slash something else, and it's stupid. As far as different species of vampire twist, Gasper's half, and there's a lot of twists that work around there. Skune's a ghoul, he's not full vampire, so it's a little bit different, and his powers are limited in a different way. Ravel, I'm not going into politics. I'm just not. Too many people get offended by it. Let's see. 12 episode anime I recommended. Which one, guys? There's been a lot of them. Hey, Gaz, I'm not sure where you are in Ireland, but let me find out shipping so I could send you a case of this. How about that? Pocket sized. Yeah, I'll send you a box with a frying pan so you could ding yourself. Uh, One term before second term, Ravel. Get right. Let's see. Favorite stories? Really? Top three favorite stories, if I had to say. Irina, Angel on Edge, Misere, Snow Bunny, and I want to say third class Tadanashi. And I remember writing this, and I said there's gonna be one time we're gonna have a transgender protagonist, and I'm not sure how people are gonna feel about it. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I've noticed. Omega, Gaz, and Twist I talk to on a very regular basis. Um, a lot of it can be friendly banter. As far as Ravel goes, she's a Spitfire, and well, you know, yeah. Well, Ravel, it's kind of like this, right? If a celebrity buys a lottery ticket in hopes on making more hundreds and hundreds of millions, you'll get the people like me just being like, shut up and get out of a poor man's game. And there's some people out there that will actually tell me, right? They're like, I've actually had people tell me, it's like, you're writing a lesbian story? Certainly. But you're a guy. Yes, and? You're not girls and you cannot possibly be lesbian. I'm like, that's correct. And they're like, then what are you doing? You have no business doing this. And to be honest with you, I kind of get where they come from, but I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. And as soon as I thought about this, I'm kind of like, I'm thinking at this desk and I'm going, this is going to get chewed out, isn't it? That was going through my head is I'm going to get chewed out here. And just, it was weird. The first two chapters, I was wondering how it was going to go. I'm not sure how well it was liked, per se. But as far as how everything turned out, um, I think I hit every single key the way I wanted to. And outside Freddie Mercury, I believe Freddie Mercury, it's very hard coming from an Italian family and be, well, gay or lesbian because, typically it's this Roman Catholic, oh, the girl's gotta find this nice, strong guy and get married and start having babies, and the Italian boy has to carry on the Italian name considering if he's the firstborn, and next thing you know, only child, and the pressure's on, and ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Well, Ravel, I'm just going to say this, right? And let's just put it to you this way. There are some people that do make it bad for other people, as in, there's some people that do create a bad image. For instance, what happened to me was in middle school, there were these two boys that were bisexual. They swung both ways. Now, obviously, I didn't care. And some of these guys were uncomfortable with it, and I'm like, I didn't want to say anything because I was bullied a lot at the time. So, what I thought would be a good idea is just like, carry on my own business, shut up, and, move that. But the problem was, they would go to these, not girls, thankfully, but they would go up to these guys and start rubbing up on them, and it made a lot of people uncomfortable of where I am. This was 2000, well, I say this was like 2006, Danbury, Connecticut. Yeah, right at my middle school, and it was weird. Just simply because it's like, I don't care what you do. I don't care what it is. Because whoever you are, I'm fine with. You haven't done anything to me, so, why bother? You know what I mean? The only thing I ask, and I think that this goes for everybody, is be respectful about it. There's some very nice people I know that are women that are women. And I honestly think that some of them are, well, too beautiful or too nice or too awesome to be with a guy. Any guy. It's really hard because it's a really delicate subject. It really comes down to this. Some people say I agree or I don't agree, as in I'd do it or I wouldn't do it. There's a lot of things that go into these decisions. And for some people it's easy, and for other people it's not. The best thing to say about this is, do you respect the person's decision? And do they do it in a calm and good manner? And if the answer is I respect this and they're doing it in a great manner, then hey, hats off, be happy, hope all is well. Now let's move on because, God forbid there's a cake in front of you. Yes, I'm bringing that back up. Or, whatever it is. It's just kind of like, if I ever have a son one day and he just goes, Dad, I gotta tell you something. I'm gonna be like, hey, pass me a bottle of water and let's sit down. And he might be, about to pee his pants and everything, and I'll be like, okay. So, I'm obviously going to approach this delicately. But the thing is, I've lost so many people in life because of You talk about friendships and everything else, but it's just stupid how some of the stuff is going on. Like I know someone they kind of closed himself off from everybody, and I remember this was a friend of mine who came out to. He came out to. It was a group of 5 of us, and what happened was he just said, "I'm into guys too," and then he went out saying, "I don't like women at all," and I'm just kind of like, "Okay, man. Well, you're a good guy. Nothing's changed." And this was a guy that worked on cars with us, skated with us, and then once the news broke, I can't tell you the harassment he got. It's kind of like, how'd you like somebody to threaten you just because of, it's like, hey, I like a guy. Okay. Cracks knuckles. Piece of shit. Yeah. No. There's too much crap in the world to worry about that. As far as people bantering about this because they don't agree, it's like, I'm too old for this shit, so let's just go from there. Omega, probably another time. I'm just going to be probably going to be on here for like another 20, and then I'm going to be getting off. And I slept like crap last night, so I'm going to be getting off of here, just making my phone call to my girlfriend early, and pretty much just calling it a night. So what else you guys got from me? I know there's a lot going on there. Anything story related, life related, work related, anything on the table, go for it. I'll give it a minute. How the hell can a woman be so energetic and loud as hell at 9 o'clock at night? I don't get these people. As far as Ash goes, it was nice seeing her finish her final race. I do believe she's feeling better, and this Saturday I get to pick her up so she can come home for a week. Damn, it sucks, Carol. Not much twist. Me just kind of just making a speech real quick. Though I will say this, I expect Alice to blow me out of the water as far as the Yuri tales go. Pick the cherry very well. And by cherry, I mean the candle. Seriously. Black cherry Merlot. Freaking good, man. Freaking good. A little warm. Try Ravel. Try. We'll see what happens there. I know, the thing is, when she's home and everything else. Damn it, Ravel. I did not need to read that. I did not. But, Homewrecker's gonna homewreck. But I maybe get to see her about, I want to say like 45 times a year, just simply because of our schedules. And even when she's home, we see. I know she's got to see a dentist because just to double check on the tooth she double checking the tooth she hit on the impact of the fall. Recheck up on the elbow. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that. But I'm just hoping we get a dinner or two out of it. And I really hope that when let's see, if I get out of work late, I quickly drive home, wash up, get dressed, and I say, where are we going? Hopefully, it's not a half hour picking on where to eat. That is not just a meme. That is not a stereotype. That actually happens. And hopefully, we just get to talk and connect and everything else. Holy hell, Matthias. Jesus. Eating yourself up, man. Eating yourself right up. Though, Ravel, I think I got something for you, something that you're gonna need. Whoa, instead of just washing your hands. Hope Gaz is watching this. Here's your industrial size Ravel. It's 1 liter. So enjoy that. Need to wash my freaking hands just thinking about that. Not sure about all, Alice. I am not sure. There's some that I could actually see working though. Well, ironically, I stole that from the living room. It was right next to it's like kitchen, then it goes into the living room, right there. I don't actually. No. Let's see. As far as the unification of certain stories, I think me and you have talked about Aramoka being that one. I think that's one that really works. Zenobia, I see. Irina, no. Actually, I kind of do, but it would be very difficult. Very hard character to work around. No. I've seen a lot, but definitely not that. There was actually one time where she decided to take her desk and, make it, just decorate it with pads. Yeah. Yes, Akino I actually see. Simply because I kind of just see, hey, let's flirt with the guys and just throw it off. I'm actually into women. Do I want to know? uh, oh, yeah, something, knock, knock, knock. Hands are right here, just for the record. No crack. Sorry, Alice, it's just how it rolls, I guess. Well, I'm pretty sure she could fly, Twist, but yeah. But seriously, Ravel, isn't this isn't it 3 o'clock in the morning for you? Don't you need to go to bed before you turn into a zombie? Well, yeah, Kiros, especially since me and you are in the same town. But I was referring to he's 5, 6 hours ahead. Forgot which one. Well, enjoy that, Sergio. We'll have so much fun when I beat you at Mario Kart. Comment to the last Ravel chapter. Let's see. Just checking notifications at the rear end. A lot of it's just votes and stuff. What else we got? I'm I'm not sure if you consider yourself a Nico, a Kitsune, or whatever, but I'm pretty sure they both eat chickens. But hey, let's just put it to you this way. If you get rebirth, Ravel, you'll be, about this tall, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, Omega, enjoy your drink because, I quit. And to be honest with you, I'm actually happy to say that's been, that hasn't been quite a month, but, I think I've had my last cigar, or at least trying to. It's very hard, particularly when I'm, in the snow and, when it's cold outside. A nice cigar really hits the spot, especially if you got, a nice hot drink in front of you, some nice coffee or whatever. It's very hard to just stop. I mean, I don't have a problem, but just to never have that again is very hard, and that works with anything. Well, Alice is Kiro, don't talk to me about Jewel. Just for the record, I don't want to talk anything about vapors, but let's just put it to you this way. Cigars are for a few selective men and men of culture, not some. I don't actually touch any of that either. Not even. Although I'm actually glad I quit drinking. But anyways, back to Alice's thing. The one thing that's actually nice about being a mentor is a lot of people will come with these ideas, and it's just kind of like, wait, I struck gold, but how do I do it? Oh yeah, is that your question? Damn, I can't even reach. I hope that asshole won't have a light on outside. That good enough? And it's cold, but it's unlocked. Adrian, what's happening? Been a while. Ryan. Well, Alice has got this Asia story going on. It's an Asia ex-girl. Actually, it's just Taurus, Ravel. No relation. But what happened is she had this idea that and she's just kind of like, but how do I go from here? And the part that's actually nice about fan fiction is a lot of it is what ifs. Huh. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I didn't know it was you, Edge. uh, but the one thing I kind of figured out is you could take a scene and you could just tweak it. As in, hey, what if we have these characters in this scene, but this happens instead? So she had this idea about a pact and having a certain person being involved. And she goes, but how do I do it? And the thing is, I'm just like, okay, you gotta lure the person in. And what if you have this person with you as an accomplice? That way you grow together with the person. It's all development. Who the heck is trying to message me? Come on. Come on, let's messenger chat more about Eurification. Or whatever else. Yeah. Well, best case scenario, Ryan, is if you take a look at my Rainier story. Now, a lot of people went to me, and Omega will clarify this because we've talked countless hours about stories, and he goes, "You think you'd ever do a Rainier?" And I said, "Probably not." And sure enough, a lot of people just said, "Hey, what are the chances?" And I just kind of asked people, and they're like, "Please do." So it's short, mind you, but there's three endings. There's two of them that I think rip the hearts out of people, and thank God that's not the real ending. But the real ending is actually rather sweet, and then there's the epilogue, which is the real ending, which takes the good ending and just lets you know and confirms that this ends up sweet. And some people are saying, why do you not continue this? And that's simply because I don't want to contradict anything that goes into the future of it. Now, honestly, I mean, when it comes to certain stories that people think fall short, if you want to continue them, just message me for tips or anything else. It's like, come on. This is fan fiction we're talking about. It's not like I own these characters. Let's just let the good times roll and let rock. Come on. It's a community thing. Hey, Naz, what's happening? By the way, guys, if anyone just wants to at any time ask a question about anything's on the table except politics, which that's an obvious one. But obviously, just go for it. Am I going to investigate the argument going on inside? Hell no. I am learning my place like Inamoka Sensei taught me. Nice, nice. It was quiet at one point. Got quiet again. For how long? Considering it's 9 o'clock, hopefully it stays like this. Proper. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, it's actually nice because this is the most anime I've watched in 2 years. But I've got so much on my list of things right now. Like right now, the only anime I got on my list is stuff I gotta rewatch for references. Then let's see, the quintessential quintuplets. Manga's really good, by the way. Data Life 3, and then My Cat is a Roommate. Just some slice of life to get going. But yeah, my schedule's pretty stacked. Like, I mean, yesterday I actually fell asleep exactly where I'm sitting right now. I was literally on a call. Let's see, who was in it? I want to say Twist, Omega, Gaz, Juan. Juan's busy at the moment, that's why he's not in. Captain later on, and I remember one point falling asleep for like 15 minutes and then I was awake. So yeah, I got up at about 5 o'clock. 7:10 I punched in, 5 o'clock I punched out. Went home, grabbed a couple of bucks, went shopping. Then as soon as, let's see, I got that done, put everything away. Then ate quick, showered, boom, right at my desk. I wish I could binge like that. Though the quintessential quintuple seems to be the one with all the craze right now, but because I got my manga reference, I mean I'm paying attention to the dub schedule. I did get a Funimation account, so I'm just going off of that. I will be doing Miku Nakano. Yeah, the girl with the blue headphones, I will be doing her. I know people are gonna go crazy for it. She is in mind. When, I do not know, but obviously the anime's gotta be finished. I'm not sure the chances of it getting a season 2. I'm not sure how it's gonna end. But the manga's already still going at 74 chapters, and well, we'll just see how it goes. And I hope that they don't screw this up. It happens, man. We gotta do what we gotta do. All right, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Anything else we got? Nice. I'm wondering how this is gonna work out here. I'm looking into chapter 4 of the Wish story. Wow, guy being a guy. ReZero's a tough one. It really is. Though, obviously, what happened to, the ending's obviously one of the saddest in history. Ah, there's one. Here you go. Well, actually, you gotta share this with Ravel, but still. What kind of hole I'm digging with myself? I do, but I dig myself a hole quite a lot, and I'm just kind of like, bring it on. Glad I could help, Alice. Honestly, as far as Tokyo Ghoul goes, um, have I seen it and read it and everything else? I'm just gonna say it. I do not like the ghoul genre. I just don't like it. And I know that they remade it and everything else. It's just I just personally can't get into it. I really can't. And I've never really liked the zombie genre either. And it's very funny because I remember in elementary school, you know, I've never been able to draw, but I remember having this picture of like a zombie with a chainsaw, and I'm thinking, one day this will be like, like some sort of, cartoon, movie, something, and everyone's kind of looking at me like they always have, going, "You're freaking crazy." It's kind of like everything else, right? It's like, think about being an anime fan and people make fun of you for, like, knowing the characters and everything else, and then it's just kind of like, they bought a freaking knockoff Sailor Moon shirt from, Forever 21 or Spencer's or whatever, and it's just kind of like, cool, right? And I'm like, after you making fun of me and you jumped on a bandwagon? Nah, go to hell. It's just how it is. Because I've actually been that time, and that being a skateboard, because there's going to be a couple of times where, there's going to be those people that are like, oh, they're like so into it, and then when it's not cool anymore, it's like, ha, you look stupid. It's like, well, at least I'm not a poser, so bug off. And if you say that to the wrong person, you're not going to like it. That's for damn sure. All right, Ravel, good night, and get some sleep. Jesus. Let's see what we got. Juan. Uh, I'm telling you, my apprentices are the freaking best, especially when they crack me up. Let's see what we got here. I can only check my notifications on the website, but that's a bad thing. By the way, guys, I know this was another question asked. Give me a little bit of time with the sequels, because I got on a roll with the Rias one, and I just ended up finishing it, and then there's 1.5. And for those who are wondering, 1.5 is going to be about it's the rest of the wedding, all the way up until Raven is born. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Oh, trust me, I know how that goes because, well, I'll just put it to you this way. My Thanksgiving used to be one house, three, maybe four tables, and now it's down to, well, I don't go anywhere anymore, and it's just this table. Usually there's five people at the table, and the only reason why there's five is because my girlfriend joins us. And that's usually eating around 12 ish, 1 o'clock ish, and then we go to her house. Ouch. That's tough, Edge. That is very true, Ryan. And plus, you have to make the plot in itself. You can't just be like, okay, chapter one, here are the babies, bye. uh, it's very hard simply because you gotta make the children, if you want to, that is. No, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But really, sequels are hard. Um, Not every single book of mine will get a sequel. And I know that the hype isn't all there. Like, I know that there's my Misere fic and people who pay attention to the sequel. The sequel is something you kind of. Sometimes you only read it once, whereas, like, the original, you go back multiple times. Yeah. Well, I think it's really different because I think it's the Fallen Angel play. But mostly the fanfics I see, it's either Rias, Koniko, or Akino. And I will say this though, I'm not a fan of crossovers. Everyone knows this, and I'm not the biggest DBZ guy. But if you see Gaza in here, he has a very good DBZ and DXD crossover. Not something I get into, but something very respectable. Well, Alice, just a flirt, I call it. Just a flirt. And you could be ugly as hell and be a good flirt. I'm just not a fan of DBZ crossovers simply because, I'll put it to you this way. You could take any character from DBZ, right? You could be like, hey, let's take Krillin. Hey, let's pull him in Ruby. Hey, guess what? He's king. Basically king. Everyone bow down on their knees. He's king. Take Vegeta, put him in, I don't know, name it. High School of the Dead, Heaven's Lost Property, Attack on Titan, Black Clover. I mean, beating a dead horse. You take something, or rather a being. You are a very pretty. Wait, I had no idea you were a flirt, Alice, but now I have no idea if everybody else knows about this, but I cannot express how pretty Alice is. I really can't. And that's not me being a perv, a pig, anything. It's just, I just gotta say it. In the category of no man deserves, well, that kind of woman, let's put it that way. That's more than beating the dead horse. That's beating the horse. It's kind of like, hey, the horse broke its leg. I gotta shoot it. Okay. Oh, Alice is Radiant Rays. But it's like, hey, a horse broke his leg. We gotta shoot it. You know, click, click, bang. Question, sir. How's a horse gonna live if it's got a broken leg and it's got a bullet in it? The answer nobody knows. Um, Honestly, Edge, Blood and Breath 2, I'm looking into that. I'm trying to get all these sequels done. March is gonna be at the end of the week. Damn it. I'm hoping early March there's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. I am multitasking with a lot of stuff, but I am doing my very best. Oh, I always take my time. It's just a matter of, these times get into increments. Like let's say we go like time here, right? Like sometimes I don't get in until like 7:30 for work on weekdays. But let's say if I'm up at 5 o'clock and I'm still in bed and I can't go back to sleep, I'll pick a fic that because I can't be doing notes at 5 o'clock in the morning. If I already know where I'm going with it, I'll say, you know what, the hell with it. Let's get this over with. So it's like if I start at the top, I'll like write a couple of paragraphs. Like there's actually been one time where I think it was like my first couple of months at work. I had a Konako chapter. I actually published it, wrote the whole thing, published it before I got in my car and started it to go to work. And then there's some times where I try to go for like 1,000 words or so. I think I did like 300 before getting dressed. 100 in my car while it was warming up, and then the rest I did at lunch and hit publish. It just goes on your pace, and everyone's different. Everyone is different. Not everyone's gonna be the same. And I can't lie. I mean, my job's actually a little bit lenient in maintenance, and trust me, I don't think you want a maintenance gig. It could get crappy, and I mean literally. Yes, I do mean literally. It involves plumbing, sometimes electricity. But it's actually nice because if I do get service and I'm in the work van, but I do occasionally write. What else we got? Well, just kind of how it is. Although whatchamacallit, apparently April I'm supposed to be on a friggin' roof. Alright, Kira. Take it easy, and you know, if you're taking graphics, I'm assuming you're going to. I'm not sure if you're going to tech or not, but good luck with everything, man. If that's the case, I graduated there 2012. Ah, yep. Wasn't the same like it used to, man. But hey, enjoy. Give us a whole new anime. There's a list. There's an unofficial list. Oh yeah, roofing is freaking nice, but I mean, it just depends, man. Like if I'm gonna be working on this, this freaking roof, and springtime's the best time to do it. Otherwise, it gets too hot and you can't have it snow. Can't have it be too cold. But apparently, there's like this 30 by 50 foot section where you have to just rip everything off and get it to bare plywood and replace it and do it within a certain time period. And on top of that, the only time we could work on it, there's this time frame, I think, between like 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock, which, I mean, come on. How many freaking 6 hour segments am I gonna be to rip off a freaking roof and replace it? No wonder why there's a lot of roofers that have drinking problems. It's because the people make it a pain in the ass. Damn it, who's that? Favorite scary movie? To be honest with you, I don't really have one just simply because I never got into the horror genre. Never did. And then there's people making, spoofs and parodies on it. I never just got the horror genre as a whole. If I had to think on top of my head as far as storyline goes, um, throw in Silence of the Lambs. I seen The Conjuring, but not The Conjuring 2. Um, I saw this one with Ash too. For the hell of it, throw in Annabelle. But like I said, something I just never ever got into. Take that as you may. The twist is the horror expert. Let's see. Oh well. Let's see, I'm gonna send this to Juan. Oi. You're missing out, Chief. See his lattice. And actually be here and hurry up. Next time around. Sad. Yes, Twist. And Gaz, that's your problem. Although if I ever become a hunchback, it's because I pass out in this chair too much. See, Edge. Let's see if one actually gets that. Actually, I'm not wearing pants right now. I'm wearing pajamas. And I think it'd be a little expensive if I mailed pants over to Russia, so you better be in New York at the time. Or just find a regular 32 by 30. How's that? Not even sure how I should respond to that, though, really. Uh... Of course, the Irishman says that. Oh, man. If I'm mailing it over to Russia, buddy, I'm mailing it to you first so you could wear it, and then you send it over to Russia. Is that agreeable? Actually, that'd be a... Japan probably be easier than Russia. Though I've actually seen the shipping from Japan from like I've seen like a box like this big, like 6 by 6 by 6, whatever. I think like at 5 pounds, I think it costs like $40. Sorry, Alice. Oh, by the way, Gaz, just be careful because we do have two ladies in the chat. Seriously, don't be raunchy if you can help it. Ah, Juan. Poor bastard. At the moment. At the moment. Gaz is hysterical. Oh, shut up. I actually don't have an air horn in here. I used to, but I got rid of that a long time ago. Though freaking Gaz will have a couple of pints and then fall asleep at his desk, and then freaking he'll get up and be like, you know what, I want pizza. Whoa. Well, guys, I think that's gonna be wrapping it up for me. The lady's calling me right now, and I think she's actually well, this will actually be pretty interesting simply because she hasn't gotten to me all day. So, anyways, guys, message me. Go right ahead, and because I'll be around tonight for a little bit, hopefully. And I'm just gonna see how the lady's doing, and it sounds like this is gonna be important. So, everyone, be good. Thank you for joining. I hope you've had an amazing time, and hopefully that there's more of these to come because this thing ban or restriction or whatever was killing me. So, be good, all.